Hello everyone, this is Flammy. We're back for part 7 of my Let's Play. Okay, a couple things that are new this time. As you can see, we finished up our air defense. I actually forgot to start that at the end of the last video, but I started a couple hours later, so it's now done. So that only targets air, but it is very good at what it does. I had to change up our base to incorporate it, so as you can see over here on the right side where it now is, this used to be the buffer wall that the archers couldn't shoot over to hit the mortar, but it now has the air defense in here. I thought about putting it outside the walls. You'll see this, it's pretty common, and I really don't like it actually, in other people's bases. A very common place is just to like put it just outside the walls, like a mine or a barracks or something, as if it was a normal building defending your inner defenses. I'm really not a fan of that because they're obviously very easy to pick off when they're out there, and if someone's attack relies heavily on air, it's not really a problem to throw away 10 barbarians. If you can take out the air defense, then you can deploy the rest of your, I don't know, 6 to 10 balloons. And at later levels, mass air attacks are very common. I've been attacked on my main account with 30 plus balloons at once. It failed miserably, but that was because I had good defenses and my air defenses were inside. Okay, so yes, air defense only shoots up. Only hits a couple of the units, but is important. I also, since last time, we finished up the construction on here. We have a balloon queued up. This is now level 6. We can now build balloons. This balloon's actually not going to finish. My army camps are full, but I knew that. They just take 10 minutes to train, as I'll pull up right here. So 10 minutes to train, very, very slow. 5 housing spaces. Probably most important about them is they target defenses, just like giants, so they're going to be good at targeting them down. Movement speed is 10, which doesn't necessarily need to mean anything to you, but just know they're pretty slow. I think they're possibly the slowest unit in the game. Not sure about that. Goblins, I believe, are just over 30, being the fastest. Okay, they also do splash damage, which is, I think they're the only unit? Yeah, they're definitely the only unit to do splash damage other than wall breakers. Their splash damage is not a big radius, so it really doesn't matter. Sometimes you'll see they'll kill a wall next to the building they're attacking, but only if they're lined up on the right side of it. Right side being the correct side of it, in comparison to the wall. Okay, what else is new? Oh yes, so I said last time that all of our defenses were max except our air defense. And while that was true for the mortar and for this archer tower, so you need to upgrade your town hall level 5 to upgrade. Town hall level 5 to upgrade. That actually wasn't true for the cannons. So the cannons were level 4, they're now level 5. So I upgraded both of those. Those cost 50,000 gold each and took about 6 hours. But they are now max as well, as you can see. You can also see up here that they're currently doing 25 damage, and if I pull up the archer tower, it also is currently doing 25 damage. But you also might notice that the archer tower is level 4, while the cannons are level 5. So that means the archer tower is better in damage than the cannons at lower levels. That will change at higher levels, you should know. But also, the archer tower is better in other ways as well. If we pull up the info, we can see it's got a range 10, and it can hit both ground and air. If I pull up the cannons, by comparison, we have range 9, and it can only hit ground. So definitely go with the archer towers, and upgrade the archer towers first, up until maybe level 5, 6, at least. Okay, so now the only defense we can upgrade is the air defense. I probably won't do this unless we just have the gold laying around. It's not super critical. As you can see, it already does 80. And I'll pull up the balloon, so it's 80 per second, and the balloons are, oops, why do I keep doing that? Okay, the balloons only have 150 health, so that means it takes 2 seconds to take down one balloon, which is like, imagine a giant dying in 2 seconds to a single turret. That's very fast, that's high DPS for what they're targeting. Balloons are low health, which is only makes the problem of them dying really quickly to air defenses even worse. It also tells you you really can't use balloons to take out air defenses by themselves, or take out defenses while being fired on by air defenses. Okay, so now we're going to, actually, I'll review recent attacks. I don't think we've had any serious ones, but it's been a while. We did have that one. And that one. Looks like we lost in here. Yeah, it's been a while. So here's the mass barbarian attack. You can see a whole ton of random single attacks since then. And it looks like it's actually been long enough that I can't actually view this replay. But you can see that we lost. They didn't get much resources, though. We can view the replay on this. A level 11. Oh, I don't want to take that. Can we revenge that? Probably gonna have a shield. Damn. Let's see what their base looks like. It's probably terrible being a level 11. If I notice that their shield is down at some point, we might just have to take advantage of this. So this is what viewing a destroyed base looks like. Town Hall is obviously right here from the large ruins. These glass ones, I'll just teach you how to read these guys real fast. These glass ones are elixir collectors and elixir storage. These 2x2s are going to be the builder's huts. You used to be able to actually select the ruins and see what their names were. I would guess that this, and this are going to be gold mines. This are cannons, I believe. Defenses, if you look at the shadow on the square, defenses are not actually centered, so you can sort of tell that in the ruins. I would guess that's maybe like a mortar or an archer tower or something. I'm not sure. I'll go home and actually show you what I mean by the defenses are not centered. It's just a graphical thing, but if you're looking at a ruined base, you can sort of use it to your advantage. So this is most easy to tell on something like the archer tower. So if you just look at where the posts of the archer tower are in comparison to the corner of the squares, you can tell that it is absolutely centered left and up from what would be the center. And that makes sense if you think about it, given the angle that this game presented to us. It lets you stack stuff if there's a building right below it, like let's arrange this barracks. Come on, stay. This barracks, it's cutting off part of the green for the archer tower. And if it was down, it'd be cutting off more, and the barracks isn't even a particularly tall building. As an extension of redoing the buffer walls, I also moved some of these buildings around out here, but you can sort of see where they are. It's not really a big change. It does make them more compact over here on this side, so this barracks moved over, which I guess is a slight benefit. I also put buttress walls out here for wall breakers coming in. I expect a decent number of attacks out here coming in to get the mortar fast. People like to do that. So I'll probably be upgrading those walls soon. Okay, I have some notes here. What else do I need to talk about? Okay, last thing to do then is queue units, and then we're going to go on the offensive. We'll come back and view that replay later. So as you can see, I already queued this one balloon, but, well, let's look at it. See, I've got 93,000 elixir, and remember we're capped at 101,000. So what we can do is we can basically effectively pre-spend our elixir. So we've got, I changed up my composition too. I don't think I mentioned that yet. We've currently got 6 giants. I haven't used this to attack yet. 3 goblins, 2 wall breakers, blah blah blah. 30 and 10. Archers, barbarians. So what we can do is we can queue guys up. And you generally only queue units you're pretty sure you're going to expend in the battle. But that's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend all 6 giants and all my infantry, because they're easy to spend. So, now we're at 87,000. While it's not a huge difference, it is definitely, means we can steal 5,000 extra elixir. Now what I can also do is, I can queue up some extra units in here to take up more elixir. So the most cost effective for the space, well, I guess it's sort of the opposite. The most cost expensive for the housing supply are wall breakers. So I'm just going to queue up 10 wall breakers in here, and this can take an extra 10,000 supply. So now we're down to 77,000. So we can steal about 25,000. And you can, so say we come back from attack and we only stole 5,000. Well, if I need that elixir back, I just go cancel, 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 and you can come see up here, it refunds the elixir. But we're not going to do that, so I'm going to queue these guys back up. Okay, let's go. That's enough talking for now. Okay, new army composition, let's see how it fares. With more giants, we're going to be more effective against better designed bases. Oh, that is very unusual to have a... That's a pink gem wall. So the order of walls goes wooden is lowest, rough stone, which this guy does not have any of, are the next. So this smooth stone's the next. This black stone's the next. After black, it's this gold that looks just like the black, or pretty similar to the black. It's very square and it's gold colored. And after that it's this pink gem. After that is a purple gem. And after that it's a black skull. I have some of those on my main account, but not that many of them. You can view people on the leaderboards, and everyone at the top of the leaderboards will have plenty of that. Okay, 12,000, 16,000 isn't bad. It's not great. Let's hold out for better. Not that one either. Decent defenses on this guy. I like his layout. Except he should have buildings on this side to protect the cannon. On the other side note, this is a terrible defense layout. You don't want your mortar unprotected. You don't want to split up your defenses. To each his own, I guess. And it is base to failure. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Defense-wise, I can use archers to take out this one at least. Defenses are fairly spread out. I can use archers to take out these corner pieces. Mortar I think is level 1, maybe level 2. So that's at least not high. Where to start with our... Okay, I'm going to bring giants in on the bottom left, so they can take out these two, which are hard to get to. And I'm going to use archers on the top. So, let's start with the wall breakers. That was a little far, he's probably going to die. Oh no, sweet, he didn't. I spawned him a little too farther than I was intending. So they're going to work. We're going to employ about that many out here. It's about 15, 18 maybe. You can watch the replay count for an exact number. Deploy the rest out here to soften these turrets up. It's always good to deploy a few barbarians with your archers because these archers will generally attack the closest unit, which means the archers will stay alive. So even if they're not doing damage to the defenses, they're still effective. Okay, so these guys are all dead up here. Fortunately, this guy's only firing on the single one, although I'm not sure if he can reach that group yet. Looks like at least 5 giants are still alive. I wasn't really paying attention to them before, but that's good to know that they're primarily still alive. Start deploying goblins. I'm going to deploy them spread out so they don't die from one lucky mortar hit. The mortar's going down pretty fast. Yep, he just fired at one of the... Good, they all survived. I want my goblins to survive because they are very good at collecting these resources, although with a minute and a half, that's a full half of our 3 minutes. I'm not really worried about collecting all of them, especially because, I mean, pretty much everything's alive. We lost a couple archers over here. You can see the skulls. We lost 4 archers over here. I would guess those were archers right here, 2 maybe. They also, if they stack, you can't see the tombstones. We lost a decent number of archers out here, but that's because they were fighting both a decently leveled cannon and decently leveled archer tower. I'm happy with how that worked out. As you can see right here, the archers on this side, when they had killed these buildings, they decided to break in, and they chose to do that by attacking this one. Maybe the replay will show them attacking several, but it's pretty common for them to attack this single wall here. Despite the fact that this is a double, they can walk diagonal. Actually, there was a replay recently, I'm not sure if I recorded it or not, where someone attacked my base, and they threw down a lot of wall breakers. As in, they throw down one, it damages my wall. They throw down another, it kills the wall. But then they throw down, like, 3 or 4 more after that, as if they weren't sure that people could walk through diagonals. Well, you can see right here, people are walking through that just fine. So don't worry about them walking through things like that. Once a wall is dead, they can go through. It's actually funny, sometimes when you attack double walls, they'll like destroy this one, and then destroy this one in a diagonal. They won't necessarily make a straight line through. That'll be units making that hole. Okay, 100%. So we get 30 trophies, as was the reward, and we completely clean them out. So 25,000 gold, 19,000 elixir. As you can see from our elixir count, we are nearly maxed again, which is very good news. So I'll show you exactly how this trick we paid off. Well, not trick, this little sort of tip I gave you with the these wall breakers. So I think 90. This will bring us right to 100,000. Oh, just short. Well, we can collect resources for that last bit. Okay, perfect. There we are. We broke 100,000. So stuff I want to do. Oh yeah, I didn't mention the army camp finished up construction as well, but you guys saw me start that, so hopefully you knew that was going on. Okay, but we still have the other army camp to do. I want to upgrade this. It costs 100,000. Hey, look, we got 100,000. Convenient. I want to upgrade this. Oh, not upgrade the building. Upgrade the giants. So those cost 100,000 as well. So we could do that. And finally, at some point, not necessarily right now, I want to upgrade these barracks. I'll probably do that when we get off, though, because they are cheap to upgrade and fast to upgrade. So I'll just do them between videos at some point. Why do I want to upgrade these? Just so we can train our army faster. So as you can see, these are both, I think they're both level 2 right now. One might be 3. But level 2, every time you level it up, you upgrade one more, unlock one more unit to upgrade, to recruit in that barracks. So I'd like to upgrade these to eventually probably to 5. I probably won't go much beyond 5 until I get to very late game when things like mass Pika are sort of needed. Yet, if at some point I feel like doing mass balloon strategies, we might do that also. But okay, as I was saying, we gotta spend 100,000. So I could do giant, and honestly, the giant upgrade's probably more effective, and better to do, because it's going to affect how we attack more. I'm going to do this, and I used the same logic in my last video, and it's because we got the worker, so start the construction that doesn't have workers. This strategy is more important for you guys who are watching me than it is for me. Why? Let me explain this. So I'm basically only playing this game, well, not very much. Because recording videos is sort of a big deal, I go and play a couple sessions and record 1 to 3 videos at a time, and then don't play until my construction's finished up, maybe, or even longer, possibly 24 hours or a day and a half later. So you guys, though, you can pop on for 15 minutes and attack someone, pop off. Pop on for 15 minutes, attack someone, get enough resources to start an upgrade, start it, pop off. Come on, come back later, do a couple more attacks, and then this is when this is important. You do a couple attacks, you get some resources, then you're like, oh, I don't have any workers left. That's not good. I can't spend my resources, and that just means they can get stolen back from me. Well, the reason you should upgrade things like this before things like unit upgrades is because then you can come in here, you can go and you can start this right here. If you've got the resources for it, you can start that without a worker. So pretty much always start their worker constructions first. Unless you, I mean, if you can think of a good reason you don't want to. Or the giant that you say is much more important to me than having 5 extra units in my army. Then don't worry about it. Okay, let's see how we're doing. So remember, I also queued units before last time. So we've got some of them training up. I should also note, if I had cancelled all 7 of these wall breakers up here before starting that construction, the elixir would have maxed out at 101,000, and then any extra elixir I cancelled out of this queue would have been lost. So, just be sort of careful about that. But as you can see now, we've got a head start. We've got 7,000 elixir down here, where we only had 700 a second ago. Okay, what was that then? Okay, 3 minutes until our army is mostly complete. Although I think I queued up 5 extra guys. Although we're down a wall breaker and down. I need to queue up a few more units. So we spent 3 goblins, and we also spent a wall breaker. And we also, I'm going to take out 1 giant from the mix, because I've added a balloon, and I didn't take out any units to compensate for it. Okay, so how long is that going to be? Okay, it's going to be 4.5 minutes, so I'll just make that a new video, because we're already at 18 minutes long. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon for part 8.